Hey everyone, and welcome to this video guide. We'll be discussing the latest card to hit Marvel Snap, and that's Miek. Now, right off the top, is Miek good? Yeah, I like Miek. I actually really enjoyed my time with Miek, and I think that he is an above stat card that's going to give you a lot of value for discard. Now, on the snapshot, I said he was a 3-star card, and I'm actually going to lean towards 4-star for just discard. He's going to be like a 0-star everywhere else. He's very archetype centric, and that's to be expected, right? Literally, if you discard cards, you gain power remove. If you're not discarding cards, he's a 1/1. That sucks, right? So very niche down, very limited application across the game, but if you're a discard fan, this card is good. The major concern though is, will a Miek deck outperform a Black Knight deck? The reason why I bring that up is because I think that Miek will never make Black Knight decks, because Black Knight has very few targeted discards that make those decks work, whereas Miek wants a lot of discards to be happening very frequently. And so those two archetypes, well, I mean, it is discard as an archetype, but they kind of go with two separate paths. And I don't think that they actually converge very often, specifically with reference to Miek. Now, another thing worth noting here is I think that Miek is very frequently above board with regards to its stats. If you consider that Martyr's a 1/5 and even Lizard's a 2/5, it's very easy to get Miek above 5. As a 1/5, that's insane. I mean, even a 1/4 should be good stat-wise, right? So he gets way above that. I have games where I get him to insane numbers, and I'll discuss the decks momentarily and with the insane gameplay examples as well. I like Miek. I think he's a strong addition to discard, and he's only going to get better as more discard cards come out in the future as well. It's also worth noting that at 3,000 tokens, you can buy him straight up for your tokens if you so wish. If you're rolling your Spotlight Cash keys, he also comes with Annihilus, who continues to be one of my favorite cards in the game. Very strong card. And Phoenix Force, which honestly is an underperforming card right now, but an archetype defining card that's frequently getting a lot of tools. So eventually Phoenix Force is probably going to be good, so you're not going to like not want it in your collection. It'll be good to roll Phoenix Force if you don't have it already. So let's get into the decks. I have a couple big favorites here, so let's get started with the first one here, and this is Machinegun Miek. Now this was by far my favorite. I absolutely loved it. I went through multiple versions of this deck, and I'll show you the other ones too. I'm not completely decided on the final version of this deck, but the core is just perfect. Now basically what you have Miek Morbius, you have the Collector, and you also have, of course, Wong, Modok, and Onslaught. Now very greedy with Swarm as well. I get it. You're thinking, Alex, this is like a Wong Gambit style deck, and yeah, you'd be right. It is a Wong Gambit style deck, but it has an alternative win condition. And what's crazy about it is we didn't realize what Modok can do with Wong Gambit Mystique until someone accidentally gave me a Swarm in one of the gameplay highlights. I'll show you the first one, and we're like, whoa, wait a minute, Modok might actually be broken in this deck for different reasons than you'd expect. Because if you Wong Mystique and Modok into a Swarm in your hand, or a set of Swarms in your hand, Collector ramps up, Morbius ramps up, and Miek ramps up. You have 3 cards that are going to just explode in value because you're Modoking a bunch of Swarms, right? This deck was awesome because you had that avenue to win. You also had the avenue of, like, you know, Wong, Mystique, Onslaught, Gambit. That's why, like, you have the wave, you get the Onslaught out early, you set up Wong, Mystique, and then you just pew pew pew. With Gambit, you're discarding Swarm over and over again. Collector and Morbius are increasing, and you're blowing up their whole board. I actually really liked this deck. The only challenge is you're getting a lot of players playing Kyera right now because Kyera is meta in the Shinnok-based decks, and even in the Thanos-based shells, which are also running Leech now. So Leech is all over, which kind of punishes this kind of deck. But oh, so fun to play, I gotta tell you. And just out of sheer curiosity, I'll show you the other versions of it as well. This one here was running Dracula and Apocalypse. The idea here was that if you keep discarding Apocalypse, eventually Dracula will proc it, which kind of helps clean up the mess on turn 6. You can also play Gambit, Wong, etc. out of order and use Gambit on turn 6 to, Odin on turn 6 to reproc the Gambit with the Wong. So for instance, if you play Wong on turn 4, and then you play Gambit on turn 5, and then like you top deck your Odin, or you have Odin in the hand with a whole bunch of Swarms, you can play Odin again to actually do it. But I found Odin to be low value. We ultimately moved on to this version where we tried Odin with Helicarrier, a very different list. It was okay, but then when we finally went to the last one here, I thought we'd kind of struck gold. And again, I think we're maybe 1 or 2 cards off. Like maybe we cut Onslaught for something a little less greedy. Who knows? But I was really happy with this. So I think that if you want to like start experimenting with some crazy combo deck, this would be a good place to start. But it is inconsistent, right? So just bear that in mind. It's going to be one of those like low win rate possible good cube rate decks because you're going to retreat a lot. But we also tried classic discard. Now this is the idea of like, okay, can Miek work in a classic discard shell? And honestly, it just wasn't that fun. I found that in this classic discard shell that like Miek just was not overly performing. It was okay, but like Chavez made this deck better, and Miek does not replace Chavez in this deck. And so classic discard I think will not compete. It just won't compete with what Black Knight's doing. I think Black Knight's better than this, although I think that the combo decks featuring Miek that I just showed you might actually potentially have higher cube rates because it'd be able to catch people off guard. Ultimately, I really liked Miek a lot. And I think that if you know, you're someone who likes playing discard, you gotta have him. I think he's worth having in your collection. And if you're someone who wants to be like, you know, just getting the best cards possible, I think you definitely wait on him. I don't think he's necessary, especially if you don't play discard. Now, of course, my advice is always to wait till later in the week to see how the decks shape up ultimately with Miek. But I can see Miek being a core component of a crazy combo-based deck like you see here beside me, where essentially you just blow up their board and just ramp up combo pieces like Miek, Collector, and Morbius. So I think there's a lot of like explosive potential with this card, and I've seen it, and you're going to see it in these gameplay highlights, which are going to be featured here. And we're live on Twitch TV very frequently throughout the week. So if you're not following on Twitch, I got a link in the description down below. And if you're not subscribed yet, consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any of the videos. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy these gameplay highlights. Blading Lady Sif. That's a choice. Now we're in Infinite, so there's no bot gameplay, but that is like they trying to fake me out as if they're a bot. We actually have Onslaught Wave. I think we snap here. Because we can wave Onslaught Wong. Now, we get punished if this location's unplayable for us. We're going to go wave. Wave's fine. Alex says 50k tokens, says wouldn't spend tokens. You're silly. I'm just saying, like, if you have limited tokens, I think spending 3,000 on either, what was it? Sorry, it was Echo and Miek. I would hold out. I would hold out right now. I'd be patient. Now, they can play Onslaught into Morbius, and it might get them all randy, but I don't think they recognize what's happening. Now, the math on it is it's better to Mystique the Onslaught, I believe. I think in this case, we do Magic Collector, and then we're going to do Wong Mystique. We need to draw cards anyway. This is always Enchantress, and I cry in real life. This deck we're playing is so friggin' greedy right now. They just discarded their strong guy. But come on, draw the combo, let's go. I just need Gambit Swarm, damn it. Okay, Helicarrier's not bad. Now we really need Gambit here. Give me Gambit. Why didn't we draw Swarm? Why is this happening? How can this happen to me? I've made my mistakes. I've got nowhere to run, and life goes on. Oh my god. Just cursed gameplay, man. It's so cursed. We can Modok, I guess. But we don't have the cards. Like, if we had Swarm, that'd be funny. We can still just Modok. Let's just Modok. I don't want to leave. He's actually added a card for us, which is nice. Wait, there's a Swarm! Oh, he gave us a Swarm! I just realized! The game's like, whoa, 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 whoa! You have an extra Swarm. Helicarrier's coming on in. Fast forwards are occurring. The game's not sure what's happening here. This is a game. This is how we do it here. Yep. Yep. I think we might have broke Marvel Snap, guys. Behold my mighty hand. Oh, Miek. Playing Swarm in a Machine World was an interesting choice. I'm so glad we didn't retreat that one. What a game. Morbius into Dark Dimension I think is fine. I don't want to just give 2 to Nebula, but I think it's fine. This is so unfortunate. Very unfortunate the way this is playing so far. But if we get Dracula, now this makes a little more sense. This is she not? It's hard for us. We haven't drawn Apocalypse yet.
Opponent snapped.
Okay, we drew Apocalypse. It's actually a lot. 21 plus more. This is actually a lot of power. So she hits that. This clears both. This wipes it. This hits Apocalypse. They can move Jeff. This is kind of tight. The problem is Miek's gonna move, right? Like Miek's gonna completely just... So we'll do this and we'll hope for the best. Dracula should proc after Dark Dimension because it should be left to right.
I am Apocalypse.
Okay, we beat that so far. Oh, that's probably too much. No, maybe not. Okay, we might actually beat this. I think we get him. Because now it's Modok plus the 2. Yeah, we actually get him here. Plus an additional 2. So Miek in this case wasn't great for us. But like, you can see what discard can do, right? That's a lot of points. That's a lot of points. And they kind of, like, they have a 10 Nebula, an 8 Sunspot, a massive Chiera, Hulk and She-Hulk. Like, they actually did their thing and we still got them. Actually pretty interesting. But Miek ultimately was not much of a factor at all. And I think that's because of Dark Dimension. It's kind of unfortunate that the end of turn, like, it's unfortunate that Miek is being so negatively impacted by the lack of being able to be synergistic with Invisible Woman, Dark Dimension, which I think is very, very important in discard as a whole. So I wonder if they lift or change that text to allow the Invisible Woman synergy, and that makes a lot of sense to me. But that's going to limit the value. This game's a really good example of like how Miek's ceiling is limited. No one... Oh no! It's Odin!
Are ye worthy?
Odin survives! That's actually pretty lucky as Willy Rum drops a tier 1. Thank you, Willy Rum. Let's go. We are going to do Onslaught here. Now, I could consider snapping, but I'm going to stay a little kind of hesitant here, as I don't want to tip my hand. Oh, we snap now. Because now we have Gambit Mystique this next turn. Miek. Wait. Miek into Bar with no name. Because it's guaranteed he's going to go mid. Into Wong. Oh. We got Swarm in hand. It's beautiful. Come on, stay. Stay for the gameplay, my man. Stay for the gameplay. DC, Scotty, come on. Oh. No.
Behold my mighty hand.
Okay. Okay. Very sensual play. I appreciate it. I still think we play it. I mean, the bar with no name gameplay is awesome, but I still think we just blow up everything. Oh, man. Here we go. They're playing... No, Magento! Oh, it's still Mystique Wong. Okay. All right. Come on. Hit the Magento. Yes. She always lands this? I can't believe we have Adeline and no magic. Please play magic. Of course. We got some bits coming down, Race TF. Dropping those bits. We got Morbius. Getting value in Onslaught Citadel. I'm kind of terrified of Morbius.
Behold my mighty hand.
We are beholden to your mighty hand. We have to play magic. We draw into Wong Gambit, right? Oh man, Wolverine? This is awful. I don't care, I'll pump this Wolverine. What? Imagine drawing cards that are useful. Crystal and Prey. Yeah, let's Crystal Prey. Okay. All right, hold on. We got something. It's not the full combo. We couldn't sneak Mystique out. But this is something. The Wolverine is a little sad, but that means they'll only win one location guaranteed. Miek, unfortunately, will move. We gotta send it. We gotta send it just to see. They got rid of their Miek. Hopefully we dodge this Wolverine a little bit. Oh!
My mighty hand.
Yes! Let's go! We did it!
Victory.
I like Kamartaj. Just playing Quinjet. Quinjet's actually part of a couple meta decks now, but... Okay. Oh, we've been recognized by Doji Hauser. Oh my gosh. My Miek. My Gambit. What a stupid ass turn that was. Oh, my cards are so useless for them. I can actually Mirage here. That's actually useful. I'd snap here, but I'm not going to. We have Collector Morbius into Modok Swarm, which is pretty good. And if they don't play like their Wong or something, I might take it. Oh, Shang-Chi. I have lots of Shang-Chi. Damn, they're going to say, ooh, Loki. I think I have to play Modok now. Oh, Loki. Yeah, they don't have Shang-Chi. They got rid of it. They Loki'd. I'm actually shocked at how much of a win condition Modok has been. Miss Marvel. With 2 Iron Lads there. Oh, big yikes for them. They've retreated. That was a funny game.